What is the spiritual dream meaning of eating? What if the most beautiful voice of the 20th century was silenced, not by some accident, but by a hunger that was never, ever fed? This is the story of Karen Carpenter. I mean, she had a voice that made the entire world stop and listen. A voice that sold over 100 million records. She was on stages all over the world, giving everything she had. But behind all the sold-out shows, behind all the adoring fans, Karen was fighting a war against her own body. She signed her first record deal back in 1969, but by 1975, the anorexia she was hiding behind those camera smiles and those chart-topping love songs, it was severe. And the industry, it just looked away. On February 4th, 1983, she died. She was only 32 years old.
Now you need to listen to me. Her story isn't just a tragedy. It is a spiritual warning. And it's the exact same warning your own dreams about eating are trying to deliver to you right now.
Let's be perfectly clear about this. When eating shows up in your dreams, it is not random. It is not because you skipped dinner. Your subconscious is using food, the most primal act of survival there is, as a symbol for what you are taking in or what you're refusing to take in on every single level of your life. So let's get right to it. We have to ask the real questions. Your inner life, it's on a plate, and it is time to look at what's actually being served. I want you to ask yourself these questions, and please do not flinch from the answer. Are you nourishing yourself? Truly nourishing yourself. Are you starving yourself of joy, of love, of the simple, basic truth of who you really are? Are you consuming things that are poisoning you, toxic relationships, self-destructive beliefs, those numbing habits, and just telling yourself that it's fine? Who in your life is eating off your plate while you're the one going hungry? Just look around you. Who is it? And what hunger, what deep, driving need have you been so ashamed of that you've actually buried it alive? These are not rhetorical questions. These are matters of life and death. Karen Carpenter was surrounded by people who loved her, but she had internalized a message of unworthiness that ultimately killed her. Her soul was starving long, long before her body gave out. And your dream is your soul absolutely refusing to be quiet any longer. So why this symbol, right? Why food? Because eating in a dream is your soul's report card. It's telling you how well you are actually caring for yourself. It's the raw, unfiltered language of your deepest hunger. So let's be very clear about what we're really talking about here. Self-nourishment. It's the active, conscious process of feeding your inner world. What are you allowing in emotionally? Spiritually? What are the stories you're feeding your mind? And look, this isn't some new age idea. This is timeless wisdom, and it's confirmed by modern psychology. In ancient Egypt, if a god gave you food in a dream, that was considered direct divine communication. The most sacred ritual in Christianity, the Eucharist, it's an act of eating. And modern psychology, from CBT to Jungian analysis, they all identify food as a primary symbol for emotional intake and personal transformation. Because this is the crucial point. What you feed your mind, your heart, and your spirit will either build you up or it will break you down. There is no neutral territory here. There is no such thing as fine. Which brings us to the end. But really, it's the beginning. It's all about your choice. So let me be as direct as I can possibly be. If you are dreaming about food over and over again, whether you're gorging or starving or someone is denying you food, your psyche is in active, urgent communication with you. Do not explain it away. Do not dismiss it. Karen Carpenter couldn't hear her own hunger. Or, maybe she heard it and just believed she wasn't worthy of being fed. The result, tragically, was the same. But you have something she didn't have. You have a warning shot fired directly from your own soul. You have the knowledge, the certainty that this dream means something. So the only question that really matters now is the one you have to answer for yourself. The question is, are you going to do something about it? Part 2. When you dream about eating, look, your subconscious is not just thinking about food. The details of your eating dream, like who's there, what the food's like, if you even get to eat, none of that is random. It is a precise, targeted message from your psyche. We're going to start with the most urgent ones first. These are the alarms, the big red flags. These are the dreams that are demanding you wake up for real and pay attention right now. This is it. This is the most urgent warning your mind can possibly send you. The food in your dream is spoiled. It's rotten. Maybe it's even crawling with insects. It's this visceral, undeniable signal that something in your waking life, could be a job, a relationship, a core belief you're holding onto, is absolutely poisonous.
And a dream like this, it only shows up when your conscious mind is failing you. You're making excuses, right? You're rationalizing, telling yourself, oh, it's not that bad. So your subconscious has to step in and override all that logic. It's making the toxicity so real you can almost taste it. Your psyche has completely stopped being subtle. Now, this dream feels a little different. It's quieter, but trust me, it's just as serious. You're eating all alone. And please don't mistake this for independence or self-reliance. It's not. This is about an emotional self-reliance that's just curdled into this profound loneliness. You've built these invisible walls around yourself, and that isolation, it's having real physiological consequences. This is one of the most anguished dreams you can possibly have. You're starving, right? But the food is just out of reach. Or maybe it disappears or it spoils the second you touch it. So here's the crucial point. Your soul is starving for something absolutely essential: love, purpose, creative expression, and you are being actively blocked from it.
So, what's blocking you? What is actually in the way? You know, often, that barrier isn't external at all. It's that inner critic, that voice in your head that says you don't deserve it, that you're not good enough. You have got to ask yourself, is that barrier actually real? Or is it just some toxic belief you accepted from someone who did not have your best interests at heart? Okay, so for these psychic alarms, the first steps are non-negotiable. You have to do this. Number 1, name the toxic thing. Say it out loud, give it a name. Number 2, reach out to one person you've walled off. Just one, just to connect. And 3, identify the one thing you are truly, genuinely starving for. And I'm not talking about food, I'm talking about your life.
All right, Act 2, this next set of dreams, they act like a direct mirror to your relationships. They're going to show you exactly where the energy is flowing, and more importantly, where it's not.
So you dream you're at this big, full table, surrounded by people you love. It's a really powerful image of belonging, right? But the emotion you feel when you wake up is absolutely everything. If you feel peaceful, it's a confirmation. Your relationships are nourishing you, you're good. But if you wake up sad, your soul is grieving. It's showing you precisely what you've lost or what's missing in your life right now.
Okay, so what if someone is feeding you in the dream? If it feels comforting, your psyche is basically telling you, hey, it's time to lean on others. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. But, and this is a big but, if it feels uncomfortable or shameful or makes you feel like a child, you have a deep wound around vulnerability. That compulsive self-sufficiency, that's a trauma response, and refusing to receive care is actually dangerous.
Now, when you're the one cooking for others in a dream, it's reflecting your role as a nurturer. But again, the emotion is critical. Are you cooking with joy or is it resentment? Because giving from a place of resentment, that's not generosity. It's just depletion with a smile on it and will absolutely hollow you out. Dreaming of sharing food with strangers? Now, this is a dream of expansion. It feels good because your soul is signaling that your capacity for community and love is bigger than your current circle. You have more to give than you think. This is a call to action. Open your table. Share your gifts more widely. So to rebalance these dynamics, start right here. 1. Ask yourself, does my real-life table match my dream table? Be brutally honest. 2. Practice receiving. Just let someone help you and say, thank you. That's it. Don't feel like you have to immediately pay it back. And 3, and this is the big one, serve yourself first. Emotionally, spiritually, meet one of your own needs before you even think about meeting anyone else's.
Okay, Act 3, these final dreams, they turn the focus inward. This isn't about other people anymore. They reveal your relationship with your own desires, your own boundaries, your spirit. This is your inner compass.
You're sneaking food, maybe stealing it, eating something you believe is bad. This dream is the shame and desire cycle playing out in vivid color. But here's the crucial point. The hunger is real. The want is real. The shame that has been attached to that want, that is the actual problem. So you have to ask, whose voice was it that decided this desire was forbidden in the first place? Binging in a dream? It is never about food. It's about emotional overconsumption. You are taking in way more than you can process. Too much news, too much of other people's drama and anxiety, too many demands. And this is a serious warning because emotional shutdown is what comes next. Numbness. That's your body's last-ditch effort to protect itself from being totally overwhelmed. So when you dream of eating in a sacred space, like a church, a forest, a temple, this is communion. Your soul isn't just hungry for connection with people, it's hungry for meaning. We can call this meaning hunger, and I promise you, no amount of professional success or social validation is ever going to fill it. The actual taste of the food in the dream is a message. Sweetness, that's joy, fulfillment, a spiritual reward. You're on the right track. But bitterness, oh, that's unprocessed grief. It's disappointment. It's some resentment you're being forced to swallow without ever letting yourself feel it. And here's the thing about swallowed bitterness. It doesn't just disappear. It accumulates, and it will keep resurfacing until you finally acknowledge it. So here are the final commands for your inner world. 1. Name your hidden desire. Say what you want out loud without an ounce of shame. 2. Audit your consumption. What are you taking in too much of? Just pick one thing and put it down. And 3, if your dream was better, taste your grief. Don't try to get over it. Feel it. The sweetness always comes after. And that brings us right to the final point. Look, your soul has tried whispering, and now it's shouting. It has completely stopped being subtle, turning up the volume on what you absolutely need to know. So the only question left is, are you going to listen?
Part 3. So you've listened. You've seen yourself in these stories. I know you have. Which means the question is no longer, what does this all mean? The real question is, what are you going to do about it? And we're not talking about someday. We're talking about now. Okay, let's get into the practical stuff. First up, the dream journal. This is for you if you're a writer, if you find clarity by putting pen to paper. Now listen, these steps are non-negotiable. Tonight, you put a journal by your bed. The absolute first thing you do when you wake up, before you touch your phone, before you even think about coffee, is write. Get it all down. The food, the people, and most importantly, the feeling you woke up with. You do this for 30 days. 30. Then you go back and read it all. I promise you a pattern will jump right off the page. Your soul has been screaming at you. This is how you finally hear it. And make no mistake, this isn't some cute little hobby. This is serious work. Why? Because your subconscious doesn't have an ego. It doesn't have the same defenses your waking mind does. Your dreams are telling you the raw, unfiltered truth. And here's why you can't wait. Hesitation is literally erasure. Your brain is designed to discard this information within minutes of waking. If you wait, that insight is gone. Poof. So yeah, this has to start tonight. Okay, on to the second application. This one's for the woman who learns through connection, who processes life through her relationships. You're going to host a small, intimate meal. No phones, no TV, no distractions. And your only job is to pay attention. Who energizes you? Who makes you feel smaller just by being there? Who actually nourishes you? And who, let's be honest, is draining you? Your nervous system already knows the truth. This dinner is just the data collection. This is why you can't put it off. This isn't just a dinner party. It is a potential intervention, because emotional starvation is a quiet, devastating kind of suffering. Every week you wait is another week you go hungry in plain sight. Application number 3. This is for the woman who's practical, who is action-oriented, and just needs a clear plan. It really is this simple. Grab a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. One side says nourishing, the other says depleting. Now you list everything. Your work, your relationships, your habits, how you talk to yourself, and you put each one in a column. Be ruthless. This is just for you. I mean, think about that. Physically, you would never, ever knowingly eat poison every single day. But this audit, it's going to show you exactly where you're consuming spiritual poison on a daily basis, just out of sheer habit. And here's the bottom line. Habit is in destiny. But you absolutely cannot change what you refuse to see. This audit makes those invisible patterns visible. So do it. Before you close this tab, do it now. All right, number 4. This is a big one. This is for the woman who has forgotten her own needs. The woman who always serves everyone else first. So here's your assignment. This week, you will schedule one meal, just for you. You will sit at a real table with a real place setting. You'll eat something you genuinely, truly love. No phone, no TV. And as you're sitting there, I want you to notice that wave of discomfort, of guilt that's probably going to wash over you. That feeling, that's the wound we're trying to heal. You have to let this sink in.
You have convinced yourself that putting yourself last is love. It is not love. It is the slow, methodical erasure of yourself. Look, Karen Carpenter was surrounded by people who loved her. She starved to death because she carried the core belief that she was not allowed to receive. That belief is lethal. This meal, it is a profound act of defiance. Schedule it.
Okay, this last one is critical. This is for the woman who has been carrying this alone for far too long. The one who saw herself in the darkest scenarios. Here are your instructions, plain and simple. You find a therapist or a support group. You do not need to wait for a full-blown crisis to give you permission. At the very least, you tell one trusted person the real, unedited version of what is happening. The point is, you must let your hunger be seen. You have to understand the stakes. Karen Carpenter didn't die from a lack of love. She died because she couldn't receive it. She died believing her hunger was shameful and that needing help was a weakness. Do not make that same fatal choice. This is a health emergency. Let's be clear. Emotional starvation doesn't stay emotional. It crosses over into the body. It causes physical and relational heart attacks. Do not wait for a crisis to finally reach out for nourishment. The time is now.
So, let's just bring this all home. What is the final urgent word on all of this?
Her voice was an absolute gift to this world, just a breathtaking sound, and she silenced it from the inside out long before her heart gave up. You also have a voice, a gift, a life that is uniquely yours.
Your dreams are not random noise. They are dispatches. They are urgent messages from the part of you that knows the absolute truth. So the only question left is, will you honor them? Will you finally listen?
Feed yourself. In every way. Your life depends on it.